Okay, so in this video, I am completely over it. I have little piles still adding up of things that I have been wanting to get done, and I need things out of my craft room like yesterday. I'm feeling overwhelmed, so I am going to work on those little piles, get them done, and either gifted or put away. I just need the piles to go away. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, and everything will be linked down below for you, is I bought this little 3-pack of spiral bound notebooks. These are so cute and great for kids. They are 4x4, I believe, which is wonderful. And I thought I would personalize these for my kids' quiet time baskets. And I also have these little patches that are so cute that I thought I could kind of layer upon their little monogram. So for the girls, I have a holographic vinyl look that I'm going to do. And then for my little boy, I have this nice powder blue. So the first thing that I want to achieve is get these pieces weeded. And I will link the font that I use down below. Just a nice, simple font, accurate to the alphabet letter, so it's easy for my kiddos. And I always love this holographic vinyl. It is so fun to play around with. All right, now because these have more of a papery surface, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a paper transfer tape because it's very low tack. That way when we go to place it down on the surface and transfer our letter over to the notebook, it won't rip once we peel it away, which you'll see me demonstrate in just a second. So I'm just gonna get a piece that can probably fit all 3 of them. Just like that. Actually, why don't we just do 2 at a time here. Let's see. Just like that. Okay, we'll trim this right on down. And I'm gonna do and bring back the holographic vinyl in another craft coming up because I always forget about it, and then when I bring it out, I get really inspired. So we're gonna do something else super fun with another thing that's just been patiently waiting for me to craft with. That will be a little bit later. Okay, so I'm gonna trim these apart. Now I can just remove my cutting sheet. There's my letter, making sure this is the correct way. They're just blank inside, so I think they're good. Actually, I want the little closure, if you will. I want that to be on the back side, so I'm gonna make sure that they're all how I'd like them. I can place my letter right where I'd like it. I think that looks good. And then this is the part where a paper transfer tape is gonna be beneficial because again, this is a papery surface, and if I had a really high tack transfer tape that was too sticky, it could peel that surface right on that. Okay, so there is that holographic letter, which I think is so fun. All right, and then I will go ahead and do the other 2. We can reuse this transfer tape. Go. And again, we'll just burnish this down. I like to do the front and the back. It just makes it nice and easy. Just like so. And then flip that on over. Okay. Place down the letter. These are the perfect size if you wanted to put together a little travel bag as well for kiddos. These are really great for doing coloring or making fun little notes for traveling. Perfect size. And then finally, oops, I have to check this one too. Oop, they were all the wrong way. I had 50-50 chance on all 3 and I had to switch all of them. Okay, and that should be good. There we go. Okay, now what I thought I could do is have fun with these patches. And I know I want to do the green and yellow star for my son because I think those will be kind of boyish amongst the options that I have here. And then I can do some other fun ones for the girls. Okay, so let's just do the obvious ones that I know I'm going to want for his. I'll do, let's see, maybe like a star. There, and a star there. Easy peasy. And then why don't we do, okay, so that's all ready to go. Now I'm going to take some rubbing alcohol and just spray down the surfaces where I'm going to place the vinyl. And I'm doing this because there's oil or dirt, especially where I removed those little tags. That way this is nice and clean, ready to receive the vinyl. Okay, so these are nice and good to go. We'll let those dry. And I have a whole sheet here of my designs, and I'm gonna put little designs on each of the little openings. So what I'm gonna do is actually just put all of them on one piece of transfer tape just to save time. Just makes it so much easier, honestly. And then I'll trim them apart once I get them transferred over. So you can approach this any way you want. If you wanted to do little 2" by 2" transfer tape pieces and then reuse over and over, absolutely, totally do it. This is just a quick way to get the job done. Okay, so I'm gonna lay it over my entire design. Again, sorry for the white on white, but you'll see these designs take shape. It's kind of fun because you can kind of be surprised as we go for this color at least, right? Okay, burnish the front and we'll burnish the back. And let's start with little boy. So his is at the top. What I'm gonna do is trim his pieces out. Okay, and just go like this, and this, and this. Okay, we're going to start with simple initial, and I envisioned the initials for some reason or another. Actually, let's do it so that the little tab is on the bottom right. In fact, while I'm thinking of it, let me move all of them in the same direction. That's just how I would open them. So I want to place the designs accordingly. So I, for some reason or another, envisioned the initials in the bottom left. There we go. And then I'm simply going to, let's see, look through my designs here, what I want to do. So his is going to be more of a little space theme. Nice and boyish for him. And I will definitely link the designs that I'm using down below. I believe these openings were 2 1/4 inches, so I just sized these down to fit. And we have a cute little rocket. Just a fun way to personalize these little snack boxes. Anything to make it nice and fun. And then finally we have like a little meteor, if you will. These turned out so cute. I will have this one going this way. They're all a little different. Separating these two because they kind of took on more of a long shape, so they weren't next to each other. There we go. All right, so that is the boy version for the little snack box, and then I'll let you sit back and relax while I get the girls done as well. Okay, So for the girls, I did more of like a little 90s vibe with the fun little icons. I found a really cute icon bundle that was so cute. Worth getting so that I could do future projects with it as well. The 90s are coming back, I tell ya. Okay, so finally, and you can imagine how much room these take up just sitting around in my craft room. And we are, let's see, I bought these for summertime, like park runs and stuff like that. And now it is past the 4th of July at this point. So they need to be used, which I think they're so cute. I love how they turned out. They were worth the wait, but I'm even happier that they are leaving my craft room. All right, now what I want to do is I am going to heat up my Easy Press Mini. I found this little duo of little zipper pouches at TJ Maxx. They're so cute. They are marketed as a pencil pouch. You can use them for whatever you wish. And I'm gonna do one for my mom. Actually, I'm giving her both. That's why I wonder if I can remove, oh, they're kind of placed together, which is fine. What I wanna do is I want to personalize the larger one. Let's get the heat press ready though. It's as a little gift for her. And I'm gonna go with maybe medium heat. And I have some glitter iron on here. And again, I will share the font information down below. I had a little scrap piece that, hallelujah, was the perfect size. So I just typed out Mama, and I love how this font looks with the word Mama or the name Mama. So cute. And we'll just place it right on here. I'm going to try to do it around this ribbon so I can actually give it to her all presented like so. So cute. I might be able to, and I might not. Let's see. Actually, I wonder if I can just kind of slide it out just a hair. I take this and take that apart. Okay. There we go. It gives us a little bit more room to play, and we can put it all back together. All right, so place that right on down. Now I want to be careful with, and you could do it in the middle if you want. I really like this look. Even look cute actually on here as well. Oh, should I do it on the little one? Oh, I actually kind of like that. Yeah, let's do this one. I feel like the contrast is even better. Okay. So what I'm going to do is place that down, and I'm going to be mindful that my iron doesn't come into contact with my faux leather. So I always want to keep it on the liner for the glitter iron on. I'm going to hover it there. And it's still preheating, but I'm giving it some time just to tack right on down. Okay. And there, now it's already to temperature. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of rotate this and place this right on down. Again, being mindful not to let my iron go onto the exposed faux leather. If you want to grab a piece of butcher paper to place as a barrier, you can. With the little mini iron, it's really easy for me to see. So it's easy to monitor that it's staying where it should. And now I'm just gonna simply flip this so that's on the nice cold mat so that it draws that heat out. Of course, you wanna make sure there's nothing inside of the pouch before ironing down. Okay, and then I can remove my liner, and there is my personalization right on there. And that glitter iron-on, it looks pretty on the liner, but once you remove the liner, look how gorgeous that looks. It's just so pretty. Double check that it's all on there, and it looks great. All right, so now I can just place this right back like this. So it is all ready to give as a gift. Another fun little idea, but also something else that is leaving my craft room and being given as a gift. And speaking of gift, this is a gift bag that I bought, and I am going to use this for my mom. I found this at the Target dollar spot. It was $3, but it's a fun little faux leather look, and I love the little holographic fun that it's offering. I'm also, again, because it's been at the store, but also been in my craft room way longer, waiting patiently for me, I'm gonna wipe it down so that it's nice and clean. It's been collecting some dust. How cute is this though? But you can personalize it for the person you are creating it for. So in this case, I am doing this for my mom. Sorry about the white on white. I didn't pre-weed this one, but I'll do it extremely fast. And we'll get some transfer tape placed right on there. Place that right on down. And do a little burnish. Turn it around and once more. And here is the design reveal. This says best mama ever, which I thought was so cute. Plus, if she is done with the bag, she can reuse it for, say, like a little lunch tote or something like that, which I wanted to make it easily able to like reuse and things like that. Okay. All right, let's lay that on down. You can use a scraper if you wish. And that lays down so easy. Oops. Tugging it so much that I'm tearing the transfer tape in half. That's okay. There we go. So fun to personalize even your gift giving, which is so fun, and your gift giving presentation. Okay, and then very lightly I'll just grab this little scrap piece of transfer tape, and there we go. How fun is that? I love that. Worth it for that. And then again, we can put this right on inside with some other goodies, and I think that is so fun. Okay, I found a really cute pink shirt. These were at Walmart and they were on major sale, or at least if not, they were a super good price. I can't remember between the two actually. And again, font information will be down below, but I thought it'd be cute to do more of a miniature design for this shirt. So I am going to do he over me, which I think is so cute. Just kind of fun and dainty, more on the small side. And let me grab the middles of this, and we're gonna take it over to the heat press real quick. Now, what I wanna do to press this on is, as you can see, this is a mirrored design, which means as you see it here, it's backwards, right? Or it's mirrored. And that's because I had to cut it that way so that when I flip it over to put it on the shirt, you can read it in the correct orientation. So don't forget, ooh, I'm tongue-tied, sorry. Sleepy day today, I woke up super early. Don't forget to mirror your design when doing iron-on. And then another reminder is that when you go to put this on your shirt, make sure you preheat your material and then place it right on your shirt there. Okay, that is all I need. Okay. So again, I'll go ahead and preheat my shirt, make sure there's no moisture in the shirt, and then I'm also going to lint roll it to make sure there's nothing on the surface that will come between my design and the shirt. That way it lays down really nice, and then I'll press this on. Okay, I have been wanting to make a shirt like this for so long. I love the concept and the reminder of God first all the time. Okay. And then I was just allowing that some time to cool down. I can remove the liner, always monitoring my edges to make sure that nothing is coming up or peeling up on the edges, but it looked great, so I don't need to do any additional pressing. But I love that. I love the smaller, especially for more of a scoop neck shirt like this. I love the idea of a smaller design. I think that looks adorable. All right, another thing out of my craft room into my closet, which I love. Now, another thing that I want to do is I found this notebook. I think this was also a TJ Maxx find. Oh, this was a Ross find. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. I know, but I love these patches. Now, the difference being for these patches, oh, I might have to take my time off camera with this one. The difference with these patches is that These can be an iron-on as well as a sticker. So you can just stick them down like you would a sticker, or you can use them to iron down on clothing, which is really fun, or any type of other fabric type material. So I thought it'd be fun to just write out my name on here. I think this is so cute. I started a new Bible study today, so I thought this would be a really fun option for that. And let's see, how do I want to do it? I'm going to do my whole first name, so that's a whole 7 letters. Let's see, I do want to keep this card though intact, so I'm going to slice at the bottom, only because I want to be able to remind myself that this is able to be ironed on as well, because all patches are different. So I want to be able to place these back in the sleeve so that I know my options. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm just going to lightly lay these out for a second. That way I can move them around where I'd like. I thought this would be so fun and dimensional. You know me, I love a good notebook. I am a notebook hoarder. Notebooks and coffee mugs are my jam. Ooh, hold on, I might have to do it up the side. Unless I do some of these, especially because they're so scripty, are just so wide because they're so scripty that's why they're getting a little bit long. I could actually trim down some of these little scripty pieces so they stick a little closer in, which would actually be just fine, especially that H. Let me try see if I can do that. I don't want to just do Beth because I actually don't love my name to being shortened. I love Bethany, so I don't like being called Beth. Yeah, that actually is gonna work. I'm just gonna trim down some of those so that they nestle in closer. Okay. Oh, that made the world of difference. Nestle in a little bit closer there. A lot of them have an additional almost ½ inch to them. So have fun with making things work for you. Make your craft supplies work for you, right? Oh, I love that. That is so cute. Okay, and I actually really like the placement of all of those. So as I go, I'm going to place those right down, just like that. Bring them over just a little bit so that this B doesn't hug that side too much, because that's the opening side. So we can get them over just a hair. Love that. Even like so. Okay, I'm glad that worked out. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh, the texture is so fun on there. Oh my gosh, I love the dimension. Very cute. That's such a nice notebook as well. Okay, another fun thing, more patches being used, a notebook being taken out of my craft room and used, which I love. All right, patch drawer, off you go, and love that. Okay, I also have this glass mug. I will say I bought another one at Hobby Lobby. This is from the Target Dollar Spot. The one you saw me do before at Hobby Lobby had a wood top, and I felt like it actually became really problematic right away with like mildew. So I like the idea of having a non-wood top. I'm not sure if it was because they hadn't sealed it properly or something, but the wood top ended up being a problem pretty quickly. So I am redoing this idea because I love the idea of a glass, more of a Stanley idea. But yeah. I was surprised to see a little mildew there. Okay, so there we go. Now I should mention that with this glass mug, but also with my little snack containers, I will hand wash these only just so that the vinyl does end up staying really well. And for this design, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a little duo between white and holographic vinyl, which I think will be really fun. We're gonna do some flowers, but I'm gonna do a little holographic middle. Now, you certainly can decide to grab transfer tape to apply all of these, but I think that they're easy enough to apply like a sticker. So I'm simply going to kind of roll my liner, or the cutting sheet, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to roll and peel these away and place them right on down. I think I cut 15 and they are about an inch in size. So I'm going to place those all around my cup. Again, you saw me wash it down with some rubbing alcohol so that it's nice and prepped and ready. Ooh, that might be a little too much on that curve, but it's nice and prepped and ready for receiving this vinyl. So it'll lay down really nice. I also have a little cup cradle here that's just helping support my cup so it's not rolling around. But if you don't have one of these little cup cradles, what I used to do for many, many years is I would find like a little paint, or you could even use something like this just to prop underneath the handle. That way it stays and doesn't roll around. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna go through, do all of my flowers, get that placement where I'd like, and then we'll go through and do the little middles of the flowers as well. The placement that I want, and I ended up trying to see if I end up using the last couple. I'm gonna put one like right under this. That's so fun. Very cute. Okay, I think I'm good with that. Actually, I'm gonna bring one right here. So I ended up all in all, and your placement will probably be completely different. We all will have something slightly different. It's impossible to do the same. So for me, I used 14 of the 15. Okay, now again, you can absolutely do this in any way you wish, but I'm gonna go through just with my hands and add the little holographic middle, which is so fun because as it plays with the light, it is going to change from that more sherbet to yellow to pink look, which is so fun. And what might even be better is there's two designs for this SVG that I got. So there was either, I think it fit or a float. I can't remember the term that they used, but I did the float where you don't have to fit it perfectly in the middle. It's more of a design that just kind of nestles within there. I liked that look. So you'll just want to be mindful of which one you choose, but I'm going to grab a pair of tweezers and simply use that to help place. When I'm using small designs like this, it's easier to have my hands kind of removed from the situation so I can really visually see where I want the design to go. All right, I'll finish placing these on, and another craft will be out of my craft room and this time into my kitchen. And how fun for summertime for just filling it up with some ice water, sitting outside and reading. I love that. And last little one right under the handle. Okay, I'm really happy with how that turned out. I think that is so fun. And as you can tell, even different little insides are taking on a different color based on the light. So it kind of looks like I used more than one color vinyl, which is even more fun for that design. So very cute. Love having that done and out of my craft room. All right, you know I love these cold sticker transfers, and I bought more of a summery themed one, which I thought was so fun. I'll demonstrate how to do one, but I want to make all of them. Both of these are from Hobby Lobby. This is the round acrylic keychain, comes in a 6-pack. Same here, it's made for the round keychains and also 6 different designs. So let's take these apart first. These are so fun to play with. You've seen me use these if you've been watching my previous videos this summer/spring. They're fun to use. You can do many different things. You can do cold cups. You can also do bookmarks. I can't remember all the fun things we've been doing, but we've been having a lot of fun with these. Okay, I don't need to do anything else with that. And then these, Let's go ahead and open. I love having these. I have if you've seen my craft room tour, I have a little designated spot for gifts, and I have a little bin that I just always keep gifts ready to go. And this is something that I will place in my bin because you never know when you're just gonna need either an entire gift, or if you are putting together a little gift basket or something and you just need another little something to throw in there. So I'm gonna get all of these all ready to go. I love how versatile they are. Super fun, perfect for just about anybody. And if you have kiddos, or if you sometimes are a last minute gift giver like me, you never know when they're gonna come home and say, such and such has a birthday tomorrow. And you can be prepared with a little drawer of gifts. Now, there is a liner on either side of the acrylic, and I'm being ever so gentle with my weeding tool just to go ahead and remove that liner. That way it's protected while it's in the little bag here, but then once you remove it, it's that nice clear acrylic you place your design on. And these are simple enough. You are simply going to just peel them and plop them right on down each of your little acrylic pieces. You can use a scraper tool to burnish them down if you wish. You could just rub them down with your hands as well. I've done both, so whatever makes you more comfortable, that's what you can do. Okay, a couple of them were a little bit of a stinker, but it's okay. Now, you saw that I ripped one or two of them, but you cannot tell. So if you have one that kind of tears, because I'll tell you what, and sometimes I have to be just careful and just gently burnish so that I don't over stick the surrounding area down, but it is really a tug to get these off, and sometimes your design is going to want to come with it and then all of a sudden it's ripping. But lay it right back down, burnish it again, or just rub, and then it should be just fine. Honestly, I'll hold up the one that, there we go, that ripped. You cannot tell. I can't even tell. I know it was somewhere over here, and you just lay it right back down and it's just fine. You can't see. So sometimes I'm sure you can. Everything's gonna happen, right? But don't be too nervous. Just try to lay it back down, and usually it's just gonna self-mend itself. All right, those are cute. Again, I love these. In fact, you can put one on a little gift tote as well, which would be super fun for this particular gift combination, which I love. And I love having little things like this for when you want to give a quick little gift or just a little fun make you smile present. So, all right, so many fun things were accomplished today, even more off camera, especially those gifts that are getting ready to go to my mama. But I loved getting all of these completed. Again, as you can see, it all adds up when it's sitting around your craft space. It just makes me feel so accomplished, and I love that you're able to join me in getting all of these things all done. So hopefully this inspires you or nudges you to look at a certain area of your craft room if you have a little bit of buildup. Sometimes it happens as we are, I don't know about you, but I get really inspired at the store, and then I get home and then some things just have to sit for a bit because I'm working on other things that are either due before that, or I just have other things that I'm trying to get done before that. So you know what I mean. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this. I will see you all in the next video. Let me know which one was your favorite.